Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Jace is like throwing a ball around.
I'm trying to do contact juggling, and I'm really bad at it.
Oh, we are getting Pentecostal up in here.
Is that a thing?
You who are listening at home, you won't know, but it's like the intro to that show. We're feeling the spirit today. It's a good day in the house of the Lord. We're moving and shaking and moving about.
Wow.
I'm so excited, as always, for a new book.
Wow. Yeah. I really shouldn't take this for granted.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Cherish it.
Because I'm like, oh, we have a new book whenever. It's fine. But eventually it's going to go away.
Cherish it.
Yeah.
It's going to go away even in this half of the Bible. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, even in the Old Testament, we still got some long O's, not the least of which is 1st and 2nd Chronicles, which will be our
Still gotta tackle that, boy.
finale of the Old Testament eventually. But we've got a ways to go.
Is that really going to be the finale of the Old Testament? That's going to be the last hurrah?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we had talked about before.
Okay.
I mean, we have control over this, but we were going to do the Jewish order of the books from now on, with the exception of the ones that we've already read. And that puts 1st and 2nd Chronicles last.
I do like that, though. I like the idea of our last hurrah is a wonderful walk down memory lane with our favorite boy, David.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is David going to be in it again?
Knowing that it's never going to be this good ever again. Well, Chronicles is like the recap.
Of Kings, right?
Of Kings?
And
yeah, it's like the same stuff that happened in Kings.
Samuel?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Samuel and David, yeah, they were together. Were they together?
They were characters in the same story, yes.
Okay, yeah. I know that they weren't together. That was Jonathan and David and God and David and all of those people. Yeah.
Yeah, all our favorite couples from the Bible. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we've been joking a lot that Amos reminds us of Amos from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And so
the musical.
Yes, the musical, not the band.
Our pal Amos from Chicago.
Yeah.
Just say we happen to know a guy in Chicago.
Yeah, no. Yeah, from Chicago. He sings Mr. Cellophane, among other things. So we thought perhaps John C. Reilly would be a good person to put in here.
Oh, I think it's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I know nothing about him.
Yeah, because we have to make snap decisions. We have to make snap decisions with these casting because we just don't have time, right? It's just an episode or two. So he's the guy. We've sent him an offer and he accepted. And he's here today to work on his role.
He was so happy to accept. He was like, finally.
Yeah.
My agents have been bugging you for months.
Right. No, everyone in Hollywood.
But I love playing characters named Amos.
Yeah. Everyone in Hollywood is just clamoring to get involved with the Drunk Bible Study extended universe.
Yes.
So here we are.
It's amazing.
Jace, what do we know about Amos? Did you do any preliminary research?
I did. So today, this is a two-episode book. So we're going to read chapters 1 through 4 today, and then we're going to read the last 5 chapters of it next time. So we will actually get to talk about it a little bit more in the bonus. But just to give you kind of a little bit of an outline, the important thing to note here is that Amos was a contemporary of Hosea and Isaiah.
Oh.
So he's old school.
Okay.
So he was active around 750 BCE. Which is quite a bit later, especially than Joel, who is one of quite a bit earlier, rather.
Later,
Yeah. Joel was one of the later ones.
Okay.
And so this, at 750 BCE, we're at like 150 years before this whole Babylonian situation happens. So he was actually prophesying during a pretty prosperous time for Israel. One where they were, sex and religion shrines all over the place, keeping up with the Baals, all that stuff, but a pretty prosperous time
Are we going to somehow rope in that he does create his cookie company out of this period of time, that this is the origin story for Famous Amos?
I don't know if I've ever had a Famous Amos cookie.
Pretty sure they're not vegan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't vegan at one point in my life, but be that as it may.
So I tried to get some Famous Amos cookies for us to enjoy today, but the store that I went to didn't have any. I did find from the Famous Amos website, you can look up retailers that sell their cookies near you, but there just wasn't anything close enough while I was out. So I figured I'd try another store just to see, and they didn't have them.
Are we going to turn it into some kind of potentially dangerous eating challenge?
Right. Yeah.
Maybe next week.
Okay. How many?
You need to go
Amos
further.
Cookies? Yeah.
It's always Jace who does this.
How many can you fit in your mouth at once? That's the challenge.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
You don't have to eat them.
Okay,
you just got to fit them in there.
Fit them in your mouth. Okay. Maybe if we get some next week.
Maybe reading the Book of Amos will give us some clues about what the challenge should be.
There you go.
That's good. Yeah. So one fun little piece of trivia about Amos that I'll give you right here before we get into things is that this book, of all the prophetic books, so not just books that mention prophets, but specifically the prophetic books, like the ones we've been reading, this is the oldest one. This was the one written the earliest.
Cool.
So just for a little context, think about that as we're going.
Of any prophet? Or just these lesser prophets?
Of any of the prophetic books, whatever that means.
Whatever that means, yeah.
Helpful.
So I would assume that includes all the major prophets and the minor prophets.
Okay.
But not necessarily including, because some of the people from Genesis and Exodus we refer to as prophets, but it's not a prophetic book. It's a history that involves a prophet. So of the actual books that are prophet, it's the earliest of them. So that's fun.
Wow.
Okay, so maybe Amos is a trendsetter. We can think about it through that lens.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent. All right. What are you two drinking?
Well, Jace made me a really nice low sugar margarita using the Rock's tequila, of course. And we did just re-up on Rock tequila. We got the Reposado.
I got to get some.
Which I don't think is in this one. I think we finished off the Blanco for my margarita, but got to keep a good, healthy supply for the Lord.
Exactly.
Tequila's so great. I love tequila. That's awesome.
It's, there was several years when I couldn't drink it, but it has grown on me again. And now I do enjoy a nice tequila.
Was what you couldn't drink.
Yeah, I still struggle with vodka, but tequila and I also had a hard time for a while. But now we're back on good terms. So that's good.
There you go. Yeah, that's beautiful. What are you drinking, Jess?
I'm drinking a Nordic style pale ale called Skalrock.
Oh, it's an Elysian. Nice. Whoa.
Yeah, by Elysian Brewing. Skalrock. It's very intense, very sort of Viking metal looking on the front. And it even says on the back here where it's talking about the flavor notes, blah, blah, blah. The last line is, just plunge into the mosh pit and see for yourself.
That's beautiful.
So it's like a mosh pit in your mouth. That sounds wonderful.
You know what, though?
You don't like it?
I'm sorry, Skalrock, but it's a little too drinkable for me.
Of course.
A little too gentle, rounded, balanced.
Is it a low alcohol content?
Not about the alcohol content. I don't even know what that is. But just, it's it doesn't, I expect a real intense pale ale to taste, like pennies that have been soaked in gasoline overnight or something. I mean, this is not that.
Is it an IPA or is it just a pale ale?
It's a Nordic style pale ale. I wasn't sure what to expect.
It's going to be light.
It's just kind of
light.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
But it's not rocking my world. I'm not getting a bloody nose in this mosh pit,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a very polite mosh pit.
So like the Jimmy Buffett mosh pit, perhaps.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. Do they even have a mosh pit?
I know the Jimmy Buffett mosh pit, everyone's just stoned. So they're just kind of lying around.
Yeah, everyone's just kind of leaning.
They're just falling all over each other or getting in a cuddle puddle, perhaps. Yeah.
What are you drinking, Emily?
I'm continuing my spicy drinks with a mango pineapple frozen margarita with a Fresno chili. So
wow.
I put half of this chili in here. It's not like the Thai chili, which was just blow my head off. This is much easier to drink. And I have to say, it was my birthday last week, and Jason Dedeker got me these unbelievably fabulous glasses. You can't really see in the chat, or I guess, on Twitch, but here's this one. It says any kind of raven, and then don't look a dove in the eye, and there's a raven and a dove. And then this one says Archipelago Sandwich Pub. They're both gorgeous. And the most amazing thing is that Jace like hand etched these, right?
Well,
not hand.
Well, not hand etched, but did personally etch them with a laser
personally
cutter.
did. Exactly.
Yes.
Which is extremely awesome.
I used my hands to design them and then to push the button to send them to the laser printer or the laser engraver at the makerspace. Yes.
Which is so cool. So I have Colin's glasses and then also the shorter glasses as well in both types. They're unbelievable. I'm only ever drinking out of them ever again. Eventually we'll have to add to the collection and maybe do like, I don't know, like a coupe glass or something.
Oh yeah. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah. Do a full line, then we can release the full Drunk Bible Study line of glassware for your home bar.
Exactly. Yeah. No, they're gorgeous. I love them. So thank you so much for creating these for me. They're my favorite glassware now.
Yeah, I'm glad that you love them.
Yeah.
All right,
shall we?
Yeah. So as I teased a little bit earlier, we're going to be getting into Amos. So if you kind of picture yourself in the theater, you know, the curtains coming up and famous Amos from Chicago. We're sort of crossing our metaphors here. He's, you know, coming out on stage ready to sing his song. And he's a minor character, thus a minor prophet, but, you know, a hot one, kind of really originated this style of prophecy. I'm really trying to take this metaphor very far here. Okay, so today we are reading Amos chapters 1 through 4, and then we're going to be doing 2 Psalms. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, Amos chapter 1. The words of Amos, who was among the herdsmen of Tekoa. Oh, he's a herdsman.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Okay. All right. So now I have a mental image of John C. Reilly. Is a shepherd the same as a herdsman, you think? Is he in a shepherd's robe with a crook? I think maybe a little bit more husky. Maybe he's got some furs on.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, you know.
Like a cold weather shepherd.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, 2 years before the earthquake.
What?
So we all know that earthquake that happened.
Of course.
It did? Do we remember that?
I don't remember any earthquake, but I'm sure people at this time were like, oh, yes, the earthquake. How could we forget?
That one.
Yeah. He said, Yahweh will roar from Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the pastures of the shepherds will mourn, and the top of Carmel will wither. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Damascus, yes, for 4, I will not turn away its punishment, because they have threshed Gilead with threshing instruments of iron. But I will send a fire into the house of Hazael. Hazmat. Hazael.
Hazmat.
Amazing.
Hazael. And it will devour the palaces of Ben-Hadad. I will break the bar of Damascus and cut off the inhabitant from the valley of Avon. And him who holds the scepter from the house of Eden, and the people of Syria shall go into captivity to Kir, says Yahweh. Thus says Yahweh.
I think that was one prophecy right there.
That was one.
We had
against
a thus
Damascus.
says Yahweh.
Against Damascus.
Okay.
That was the message for Damascus.
Okay.
And the 3 great sins of Damascus, or is it 4? What was the line in the
For 3 transgressions of Damascus, yes, for 4.
Okay.
We're going to be drinking for some repetition, so prepare your hearts for that.
Good.
Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Gaza, yes, for 4, I will not turn away its punishment, because they carried away captive the whole community to deliver them to Edom. But I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, and it will devour its palaces. I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashdod, and him who holds the scepter from Ashkelon, and I will turn my hand against Ekron, and the remnant of the Philistines will perish, says the Lord Yahweh.
Okay, I got to read you a little bit of Eugene here.
Okay.
So Eugene says, I will banish the crime king from Ashdod.
Oh, the crime king, the king of crimes.
Wow.
Yeah, and the vice boss from Ashkelon.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it is Chicago.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Vices, exactly.
Got some mobsters up in
I
here.
love it.
Lovely.
It's perfect. Well, does the message clarify this whole 3 transgressions? Wait, I mean 4.
So the message just says, because of the 3 great sins of whoever, and then dash, make that 4, dash. And that's it. Every single time repeats that.
I wonder if he's ever going to let us in. Yeah, and what they are. The 3, I mean 4.
Indeed.
The 3, yes, 4 transgressions.
Amazing. Yes, 4.
Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Tyre. Yes,
Yes.
for 4.
4.
Drink. I will not turn away its punishment, because they delivered up the whole community to Edom and didn't remember the brotherly covenant. But I will send a fire on the wall of Tyre, and it will devour its palaces. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom. Yes, for 4.
For 4. Woo.
I will not turn away its punishment, because he pursued his brother with the sword and cast off all pity, and his anger raged continually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire on Timon, and it will devour the palaces of Bozrah.
Okay, another weird Eugene thing here. So in Eugene's version, he has made all of the cities to be female pronouns. So instead of he hunts down his brother, it's she hunts down her brother.
Huh.
I don't know why he's done that, but the line that really amused me here is
he's trying to get more women into the Bible. It's progressive.
Okay,
Of course.
good one, Eugene. His line here is, she has no pity, she has no heart. Her anger rampages day and night. Her meanness never takes a time out.
Never takes a time out.
What? How did he get that from any of this? Never takes a time out?
Right? Never takes a time. Her meanness never takes a time out. That's a good one I should whip out on you sometime, Dedeker. If you're being...
You beat me to that. I was going to say that, and then I was like,
geez.
no, that's a little too mean. I'm going to let my own meanness take a time out on this one, and then here you are. Gosh,
my meanness
darn it.
did not take a time out.
Did not. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of the children of Ammon. Yes, for 4.
For 4, drink.
I will not turn away its punishment, because they have ripped open the pregnant women of Gilead, that they may enlarge their border. But I will kindle that's not. I thought that the last time we had that image of a pregnant woman getting ripped open, that would be the last. But nope, here we are again.
They love that one.
I feel like we've come back so many times. Yeah, we love that one. So evocative.
Mm-hmm. But I will kindle a fire in the wall of Rabbah, and it will devour its palaces, with shouting in the day of battle, with a tempest in the day of the whirlwind. And their king will go into captivity, he and his princes together, says Yahweh. That's it.
Wow.
I don't know how I feel about this
really
first
quick.
step forward, Amos.
Yeah.
It was quick. It was repetitive. I don't know. I'm not sure.
This seems like yet another dude who is not going to be talked about in any like specific identifying way. It's just going to be, I'm prophesying, here it is.
Yeah.
Well, we know that he's a herdsman. That's some information.
Yeah, just that.
Yeah, we do. That's true. We do know something. And we know when he lived.
Yeah.
Which we didn't know about Joel. So
did we not? They didn't say even like in the time of so-and-so and so-and-so. Okay.
Joel's a mystery. He was the prophet outside of time, I think you called him, Emily.
Oh, yes. Quite. That was him.
Yes, quite.
Beautiful.
I was just thinking about pregnant women being ripped open and how...
Oh, were you?
It's maybe like the new version of making their children to pass through the fire.
Oh, yeah. That was the hot thing.
Remember how that used to be the diss on all the other religions? And then people eventually got to this point of like, my kids are so annoying, I will gladly throw them in some fire. And they're like, okay, what about this? What about this? So this is the hot new trend. All right, you ready for this? Amos.
Heck yes.
2. Oh boy, here we go. Get your drinks ready. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Moab, yes, for 4, I will not turn away its punishment, because he burned the bones of the king of Edom into lime. But I will send a fire on Moab.
Oh, Lyme.
Mm-hmm.
No, Lime.
Oh,
but like that's still the same.
It's still like the same. It's the mineral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I will send a fire on Moab, and it will devour the palaces of Kerioth. And Moab will die with tumult, with shouting, and with the sound of the trumpet. And I will cut off the judge from their midst, and I will kill all its princes with him, says Yahweh.
Whoa.
Thus, says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Judah, yes, for 4, I will not turn away its punishment.
How many of these are we going to do? Is it going to be 12?
Well, that'd be fun, yeah.
Or, no, okay, but it's no.
Why? Because 12 is like a sacred number in the Bible.
Okay, no, 12 tribes, but he's not calling out the tribes. He's calling out all the country, all the nations.
Cities around them.
Yeah, cities and nations.
Yeah.
Ugh, gosh.
Okay, yes, for 4.
There's not enough margarita to get through this.
I will turn away its punishment, because they have rejected Yahweh's law and have not kept his statutes, and their lies have led them astray, after which their fathers walked. But I will send a fire on Judah, and it will devour the palaces of Jerusalem. Thus, says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Israel, yes, for 4, I will not turn away its punishment, because they have sold the righteous for silver, and the needy for a pair of shoes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wow. I mean, to be fair, in this day and age, I think a pair of shoes is like quite a luxury.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. And especially if you want designer ones, right? You got to sell the needy for those.
Especially if you want something that's not just like woven out of straw and strapped to your feet.
You want like some gemstones on there, some leather, it's going to be expensive. They trample on the dust of the earth, on the head of the poor, and deny justice to the oppressed. And a man and his father use the same maiden.
Excuse me?
Who's this gossip about?
This is Israel.
What?
This is Israel.
Oh, wait. What does that even mean?
Oh, I think you know what it means.
I know what it means, but I mean, like, what are they implying here?
What? Is that all one and the same?
Like, what is it an object lesson?
Oh,
I mean,
like,
not
is
an
it,
object.
is it
like
literally talking about 2 dudes banging the same lady, or is it an object lesson?
Or is it like, I mean, not an object lesson, but is it like
a metaphor?
This lady represents, or these 2 dudes represent? I don't know. What is it?
What's the metaphor you would lay out? What would you guess, Emily?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. What is this? Why are they saying this?
I was just going to take it at face value.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Just that, like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I don't know.
He's laying out, these are the bad things that these places have done, both our neighbors and us.
Got it.
And Israel itself, where he's doing his prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying, like, look, we do all these bad things, one of which is fathers and sons with the same maiden, I guess. A man and his father use the same maiden to profane my holy name. Takes it personally. I just wanted to check in the message here because
yeah, please do.
Anytime sex comes up, Eugene gets excited.
Eugene has a conniption. Yeah.
He just says everyone and his brother sleeps with the quote sacred whore.
Oh, I see.
A sacrilege against my holy name.
It's the party. It was the party of the Sex and Religion Shrine. That's why.
Yeah. And they lay themselves down beside every altar on clothes taken in pledge. And in the house of their God, they drink the wine of those who have been fined.
Okay, so you're getting a little bit ahead of us, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know what he means.
Yeah. I think he's just saying that they're having sex and lay themselves down beside every altar on clothes. Oh, on clothes taken in pledge. And they drink wine from those who have been fined. I think it's that they're...
Oh, so it's like the police dipping into the confiscated materials.
Locker. Yeah, exactly. It's the whole, I'm going to confiscate these drugs and then go home and use them. Yeah.
I'm confiscating this.
Yeah. 10 things I hate about you.
Exactly.
Yep.
This too.
This too. Okay, and then going on, yet I destroyed the Amorite before them, whose height was like the height of the cedars, and he was strong as the oaks. Yet I destroyed his fruit from above and his roots from beneath. Wowza.
Goodness.
Why is it so funny to think about destroying fruits? I don't know, but I like it.
I mean, because fruits are a big deal.
I'm assuming this is all euphemism, right?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Also, I brought you up out of the land of Egypt and led you 40 years in the wilderness to possess the land of the Amorite. Let no one forget that happened.
He won't ever let us forget.
That was me. That was, yeah.
He won't.
Okay. I raised up some of your sons for prophets, and some of your young men for Nazarites. Isn't this true, you children of Israel? Says Yahweh.
Are they supposed to respond? Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Sure.
But you gave the Nazarites wine to drink and commanded the prophets, saying, don't prophesy. Behold, I will crush you in your place. This is the rock. I love this. Behold, I will crush you in your place, as a cart crushes that is full of grain.
As a cart crushes.
I think, like a cart is going over something and it's full of grain, so it's really heavy.
So it's heavy. Yeah. That's what was confusing.
It's kind of poorly written, but yes,
Yeah,
I think that's what they mean.
Okay.
What does Eugene say? He's like, oh, I'm going to crush you like a Buick full of moving boxes.
Or a monster truck or something.
Oh, that's good.
What?
That'd be cool.
I don't know if Eugene has ever seen a monster truck.
I don't think he's ever seen one.
Never. He doesn't know what one is. He's never seen it.
Okay. So his whole thing about giving the Nazarites wine and telling the prophets to not prophesy, Eugene says, but you made the youth in training break training, and you told the young prophets, don't prophesy. You're too much for me. I'm hard pressed to the breaking point. I'm like a wagon piled high and overloaded, creaking and groaning.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I kind of liked the crushing grain.
It's better, I think,
A
yeah.
little bit better, yeah.
Flight will perish from the swift, and the strong won't strengthen his force. Neither shall the mighty deliver himself. Neither shall he stand who handles the bow, and he who is swift of foot won't escape. Neither shall he who rides the horse deliver himself, and he who is courageous among the mighty will flee away naked in that day, says Yahweh.
Wow.
That was some good smack talk.
Emily, are you pantomiming naked fleeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like he's on a horse, like fleeing. I don't know. And like these are the horse's hooves.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
just
I
nakedly
do.
fleeing.
I do want to bring up, Oh Dear Godfrey in the chat has brought up something that's been on my mind for weeks now with you two specifically. I got a bone to pick with the two of you.
Okay.
And it's the
What is it?
pronunciation of prophecy with a C and prophesy with an S. Because y'all both just say prophecy regardless of how it's spelled.
Yep.
Yep.
Prophesy.
You shouldn't do that.
What we're prophesying, like
Prophecy is the noun, a prophecy, and to prophesy is the verb.
Got it.
To make
Thanks. You learn
to make a
something new every
prophecy
day
is
from
prophesy.
Dedeker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They'll get you on that in Bible quiz camp.
I don't know if they will.
I don't know if they will, yeah.
It's certainly not on the Bible quiz camp quiz that we do.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. It's not.
They're all written. Once we have oral examinations, then maybe.
That's why we have you on our team so that you can point out something like that, though, Dedeker.
You're like the team captain who would then say the answer out loud. You know, we would all whisper.
Oh, that's totally
and
who
then
I
you
would be if I had done any Bible quizzing.
I've done that before, and it's really, it's not good. Like, I'm like, Miyamoto is the, creator of Zelda. I did that once when everyone was asking, like, who created the...
Is this like a trivia night?
Hold on. We need to pause. I need to pause really quick.
What?
We need some
We
context.
need to go back. I need to set the scene and get some context.
I was in Shanghai.
Okay,
you were in Shanghai, so this is a few years ago.
Lights up.
Yes, it was an
Interior,
a really awesome, cool bar in downtown Shanghai with a bunch of Disney people. And
a really awesome, cool bar in downtown Shanghai with a bunch of Disney employees.
Yeah.
Like not Disney characters, Disney employees.
Well, they were characters because...
they're Disney employees, but they're not in costume.
No, they're not in costume.
We're trying to create a word picture here, Emily.
Fine. They're not in costume. And yes, we were playing trivia night. We were doing really well. And I was like, oh, it's Miyamoto. And I was like, wow. I just said that out loud. But I knew it.
But you were right.
Because you were the quiz team captain, or
no,
you were excited because you knew something.
I was excited because I knew it.
Right. So she just became the captain for that moment.
Yes.
No, everyone yelled at me.
Wait, but you yelled it out loud so all the other teams heard it.
Well, they did, but I yelled it out loud because I was excited, but all the other teams heard it and they were like, thanks.
Oh, I see. So you doinked it
Yeah.
at trivia.
Yeah, they were like, this person is the creator of the Mario and Legend of Zelda series. And I was like, ooh, because none of the people that I was with were as big of nerds as I am. But
I see.
That's the moral of the story is shut up.
So you're saying maybe we shouldn't invite you to trivia.
Just gotta constantly shush you.
I learned maybe my lesson. Maybe.
Okay, all right.
I like that.
Okay.
That's good.
But I've done it before.
Are we taking a break before moving along?
I think we need a moment. So we're going to take a quick break to talk about some ways that you can support this show if it's something that you love. We enjoy doing this show every week. We love doing our live shows, and we love putting this show out there for all of y'all out there in the world, and our bonus episodes for everyone for free. And one of the ways that you can help support us in doing that is to tell your friends, bring more people to this party, bring them to the live shows at drunkbiblestudy.com/live. They can feel free to jump in at any point. Just like maybe let them in on some of the inside jokes so they kind of know what to expect coming in. And,
do some DBS orientation.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. And then if this show is something that means a lot to you and you get value from and you want to support us, going to patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy is the best way to do that. By becoming a parishioner there and contributing to the show each month, it really goes a long way to helping us pay for our hosting costs and trying to, not go broke buying all this alcohol. I don't know.
Exactly.
Whatever it does helps us to make this show, and we really appreciate it. And as a thank you, we have things like early releases of episodes, personal toasts on the show. Emily posts her drink recipes along with photos in the Patreon group. So definitely go check that out, and we would really appreciate it.
And we're back. It's time for Amos 3. Wow. All right. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I chosen of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all of your sins.
Cool.
I don't know what... sorry.
It's really nice.
He zigged when I thought he was going to zag there.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I love you. You're the only whole family that I brought up. So I'm going to punish you.
Okay.
Because I hate family.
It's like, you're the only child that I have. So I need to, inflict some corporal punishment.
Yeah, what the heck? I mean, so Yahweh.
I mean,
though, right?
In the context of the previous two chapters, I am trying to think about what's the point of actually saying this. It is interesting maybe that he's saying look, all these other nations too have done bad things, but I picked you out as my people, and therefore I'm going to punish you because you're my kid. You're my kid, and so I've got to punish you, and those are someone else's kids.
Yeah,
that's Baal's kids, and everyone knows his kids are terrible.
Yeah, but I can't punish them. So, all right. Do two walk together? What?
Do two? like 1, 2?
Do two people.
What? Oh, do two walk together unless they have agreed? Still doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay.
Okay, so I'm looking at the message here.
What? Yeah.
And I think he's setting up a bunch of these sort of questions if a tree falls in a forest kind of a situation, or the sound of one hand clapping. So Eugene has this one as, do two people walk hand in hand if they aren't going to the same place?
Yeah, that'd be a little awkward, I suppose.
Probably not.
That'd be hard, right? Yeah.
It would be awkward.
That would be difficult. Yeah. Okay.
So, and what was the web version?
Do two walk together unless they have agreed? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes better sense.
It's a little hard.
Thank you, Eugene. Yeah. Thank you. Will a lion roar in the thicket when he has no prey? I mean, maybe he stepped on a thorn.
He's like, ow.
Roar.
Yeah, exactly. Does a young lion cry out of his den if he has caught nothing? Well, maybe he's sad because his mom's away. I don't know.
It's oh.
Can a bird fall in a trap on the earth where no snare is set for him? I don't know.
That's interesting. Eugene does that one kind of differently.
Oh, yeah?
Eugene says, does a bird fall to the ground if it hasn't been hit with a stone?
Well, sure. Birds have heart attacks.
Yeah.
Do they, Dedeker?
Maybe. Actually, I don't know.
Yes, maybe
that's
they
me
don't.
making some bold claims.
You made a bold claim, but
yeah, it's true.
I mean, birds eat too much, McDonald's out in the parking lot. I could see them having a heart attack.
That's true. That's true. Does a snare spring up from the ground when there is nothing to catch? Does the trumpet alarm sound in a city without people being afraid? Does evil happen to a city and Yahweh hasn't done it? Well, no. The answer of that is no.
That one is correct.
That's funny. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing unless he reveals his secret to his servants, the prophets. The lion has roared. Who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh has spoken. Who can but prophesy? I guess me and like all the other guys
prophesy, Emily.
Prophesy.
Gosh.
Wow,
So now
Jace.
I'm going to pretend that I'm so elite like Dedeker and Godfrey.
So elite. So elite. Who can but prophesy? Proclaim in the palaces at Ashdod, Ashdod, and in the palaces in the land of Egypt, and say, assemble yourselves on the mountains of Samaria, and see what unrest is in her, and what oppression is among them. Indeed, they don't know to do right, says Yahweh, who hoard plunder and loot in their palaces. Therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh, an adversary will overrun the land, and he will pull down your strongholds, and your fortresses will be plundered. So is he talking about Babylon like many years in the future?
That's an interesting question. Like, is he the best of the prophets and that he predicted this way earlier than everyone else did?
Fascinating.
Trendsetter, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Everyone else is just trying to kind of get in on the glory from this amazing prophecy that Amos did.
There you go. Thus says Yahweh, as the shepherd rescues out of the mouth of the lion 2 legs.
Sorry, wait. What?
Thus says Yahweh, as the shepherd rescues out of the mouth of the lion 2 legs or a piece of an ear. Whoa.
I have so many questions. Like, hold on. Okay, so like a lion has like swallowed a sheep or is trying to swallow a sheep.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the shepherd's like, I gotta
get those 2 shanks.
At least get a piece of the sheep.
Yeah.
Well, because I gotta eat it or sacrifice it. Well, no, you can't sacrifice it because then it's blemished. But you could eat it? I guess he's like, no, this is mine.
Can he eat it? Is he allowed to eat it?
Yeah, he can eat his sheep.
If it's been blemished? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can eat his sheep, but he couldn't sacrifice it.
He's like, we're both eating this lion.
I thought that this was I thought it was very specific. You can't eat something that's been killed by another thing.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm pretty sure we got a very specific law about that.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a Deuteron thing. Deuterose.
Yeah, that does make sense. That's also,
And hold on, okay.
And who goes up to a lion and pulls sheep out of its mouth?
Exactly. What is the situation? Is the lion dead? Did we kill the lion and now we're trying to pull a piece of...
The lion's alive.
I can't.
She's
I can't even handle it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's pretty funny. Like the lion is eating this thing, and then he goes up to the lion and he grabs the sheep, and then out of the lion's mouth comes 2 sheep legs or an ear.
A scrap of an ear.
Yeah, a piece of an ear.
Hold on. Okay, what does the message say about all of this?
The same thing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Can I? This is only half of the sentence. Can I finish it?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, as the shepherd rescues out of the mouth of the lion 2 legs or a piece of an ear, so shall the children of Israel be rescued who sit in Samaria on the corner of a couch and on the silken cushion of a bed.
What? So shall the children of Israel be rescued who sit in Samaria on the corner of a couch and on the silken cushions of a bed.
So he's saying that you're going to be like half of an arm? Or maybe the side of a face.
I feel like I've been presented with a calculus problem and I never took calculus. And I'm just like, wow.
I certainly didn't either. I didn't even take any math my last year of high school. That's how long it's been for me.
Okay. Now does Eugene have something to say? I'm really desperate.
Yeah, please.
You're not going to be disappointed. So he says...
He didn't know either.
In the same way that a shepherd trying to save a lamb from a lion manages to recover just a pair of legs or the scrap of an ear, so will little be saved of the Israelites who live in Samaria. A couple of old chairs at most, the broken leg of a table.
Oh, interesting. He goes in this different direction of then turning the metaphor to like cast off Goodwill furniture pieces.
Right.
Okay.
Because those silken cushions sound kind of nice in the World English Bible.
Yeah.
But broken leg of a table sounds less nice. So.
Yeah. Wow.
But, okay. But going back to the text. Like, okay, people who are going to be rescued are the ones who sit on the corner of a couch and on the silken cushions of a bed. This does not make any sense.
I don't know.
Like this, because this sounds like rich people or like well-off people.
Well, maybe he's saying that. He's saying like, you the rich people are going to be, you know, as good as half of a lion leg or half of a lamb leg or something.
It is hard to tell, yeah.
I don't know.
Unclear. Not the best metaphor we've seen.
And we've seen a lot of good ones? No.
We've seen a lot.
We've seen a lot of bad ones, and this is one of the worst. So that's really saying something.
So that's saying something. All right. 13. Listen and testify against the house of Jacob, says the Lord Yahweh, the God of hosts. For in the day that I visit the transgressions of Israel on him, I will also visit the altars of Bethel, and the horns of the altar will be cut off and fall to the ground. I will strike the winter house with the summer house, and the houses of ivory will perish, and the great houses will have an end, says Yahweh.
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
Eugene says the luxury homes will be demolished. All those pretentious houses.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. Chill, bro.
Okay. Amos chapter 4.
Do it.
Listen to this word, you cows of Bashan, who
Whoa.
are on the mountain of Samaria,
Gracious.
who oppress the poor, who crush the needy, who tell their lords, bring and let us drink. The Lord Yahweh has sworn by his holiness that, behold, the days shall come on you that they will take you away with hooks, and the last of you with fish hooks. Goodness gracious, this is violent. You will go out at the breaks in the wall, everyone straight before her, and you will cast yourselves into Harmon, says Yahweh. Go to Bethel and sin, to Gilgal and sin more. Bring your sacrifices every morning, your tithes every 3 days. Offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving of that which is leavened, and proclaim...
With that which is leavened? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, like a...
That's not
like
cool.
a bread. Like a yeasty bread.
A yeasty bread. You
like
can't...
a bird.
Yahweh hates yeast.
Not anymore.
It's got an allergy.
Well, no, I think he's being sarcastic here, maybe, or because he's saying, "Go sin some more there. Go sin this other place. Bring these terrible yeasty breads."
And proclaim free will offerings and brag about them. For this pleases you, you children of Israel, says the Lord Yahweh.
Oh, Eugene's got a good burn here. He says, that's the sort of religious show you Israelites just love.
I also have given you cleanness of teeth in all your cities. And
like my dentist says about my teeth. They're so clean.
That seems like a good thing at this day and age. I don't think there's a lot of cleanness of teeth.
Yeah.
Right now.
This is confusing.
Yeah, that's what would kill you back then, among other things. But yeah.
I also have given you cleanness of teeth in all your cities. Oh, and lack of bread in every town. Yet you haven't returned to me, says Yahweh. Maybe cleanness of teeth is because you're not eating.
Oh, yeah.
That's why your teeth are clean. That's the only way your teeth are clean in this day.
Right, just by not eating. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
I also have withheld the rain from you when there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain on one city and caused it not to rain on another city. One place was rained on, and the piece where it didn't rain withered.
Cool.
Wow. Okay.
So, 2 or 3 cities staggered to one city to drink water and were not satisfied. Yet, you haven't returned to me, says Yahweh. I struck you with blight and mildew many times in your gardens and your vineyards, and your fig trees and your olive trees have the swarming locust devoured.
Oh, more locusts.
Yeah, we know those, like horses.
Yet, you haven't returned to me, says Yahweh. I sent plagues among you like I did Egypt. I have slain your young men with the sword and have carried away your horses. And I filled your nostrils with the stench of your camp. Yet you haven't returned to me, says Yahweh. Why do you think, Yahweh? Good
because
Lord.
you hate us or something.
Like, because you're doing all this mean stuff to us.
Mean stuff. Mean.
His meanness doesn't take a time out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No timeouts here.
Mm-mm.
I have overthrown some of you, as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and you were like a burning stick plucked out of the fire. Yet you haven't returned to me, says Yahweh. Therefore, thus will I do to you, Israel. Because I will do this to you, prepare to meet your God, Israel. That feels like The Rock.
Yeah, it's good.
For behold, he who forms the mountains and creates the wind and declares to man what is his thought, who makes the morning darkness and treads on the high places of the earth, Yahweh, the God of hosts, is his name.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
can you smell
pretty...
what The
Yeah.
Rock is cooking.
Yeah, it was
good.
pretty badass at the end there. I'll give him some points.
Yeah. That was good.
That's it. We're halfway through the book now.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
We don't know much about Amos.
Nope.
Not a thing. But God is pissed.
I think we are going to get into some more adventures of Amos himself coming up, I think.
Really?
I don't know that for sure, but I think so. Yeah. Well, you know what it's time for?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms. Psalm 94. Yahweh, you God to whom vengeance belongs. You God to whom vengeance belongs, shine out. Rise up, you judge of the earth. Pay back the proud what they deserve. Yahweh, how long will the wicked triumph? This one has a lot of built-in repetition inside the lines.
It's like a song.
It is like a song.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Singing.
Like an actual song.
Wow. Amazing.
We don't know who this is by, though. Again, we were commenting on this before the show started.
Yeah, there's no sort of subtitle for this one.
Yeah.
It's just, okay. Yahweh, how long will the wicked triumph? They pour out arrogant words. All the evildoers boast. They break your people in pieces, Yahweh, and afflict your heritage. They kill the widow and the alien and murder the fatherless.
Yeah.
They say, Yah will not see, neither will Jacob's God consider. Consider, you senseless among the people, you fools, when will you be wise? Who has implanted the ear, won't he hear? He who formed the eye, won't he see? Oh, I see what we're going for here. Okay. He made these organs so he can use them too. He who disciplines the nations, won't he punish? He who teaches man knows. Yahweh knows the thoughts of man, that they are futile. Blessed is the man whom you discipline, Yah.
Yeah.
And teach out of your law. Yeah, we're on real close terms in this one. And teach out of your law, that you may give him rest from the days of adversity, until the pit is dug for the wicked. For Yahweh won't reject his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. For judgment will return to righteousness. All the upright in heart shall follow it. Who will rise up for me against the wicked? Who will stand up for me against the evildoers? Unless Yahweh had been my help, my soul would have soon lived in silence. When I said, my foot is slipping, your loving kindness, Yahweh, held me up.
In in your rock climbing gym class?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, totally. My foot is slipping.
And I had time to say that whole thing while slipping.
Yeah. Help me, Yahweh.
Your loving kindness, Yahweh, held me up. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, your comforts delight my soul. Shall the throne of wickedness have fellowship with you, which brings about mischief by statute? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But Yahweh has been my high tower, my God, the rock of my refuge. He has brought on them their own iniquity and will cut them off in their own wickedness. Yahweh, our God, will cut them off.
Okay. Now it's time for 95.
And scene.
And scene. 95. Oh, come. Let's sing to Yahweh. Let's shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Wow.
Oh, it's kind of a tone shift here.
Yeah.
Just true. I know it is. But truly, we did the best thing ever. Having the rock be Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, truly.
Let's come before his presence with thanksgiving. Let's exalt him with songs.
Extol.
Extol him. What's extol?
Like extol his virtues, like
yeah.
big him up,
Big him up.
toot his horn.
Yeah. I've never heard extol used this way to like extol him. It's always like extol his virtues. But I guess, yeah, we learn something new every day.
Let's extol him with songs, for Yahweh is a great God, a great king above all gods. In his hand are the deep places of the earth. The heights of the mountains are also his. The sea is his, and he made it. His hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let's worship and bow down. Let's kneel before Yahweh our Maker, for he is our God. We are the people of his pasture and the sheep in his care. Today, oh, that you would hear his voice. Don't harden your heart, as is at Meribah. As at Meribah.
Yeah, Meribah was where Moses struck the rock.
Oh.
And God was pissed about it.
Right.
How dare you? As in the day of Massah in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, tested me, and saw my work. 40 long years I was grieved with that generation, and said, it is a people that errs in their heart. They have not known my ways, therefore I swore in my wrath, they won't enter into my rest. I thought he was going to say nest, but he said rest.
Beautiful.
Gosh, it really makes you wonder, has Yahweh ever liked the Israelites?
No.
Has he ever actually liked them?
I have a question.
Yeah. Okay.
So, there's all these other gods around this time, and there's all these other...
Allegedly.
Yes.
In theory.
And there's all these other people.
Yeah.
And yet God says that he created the whole earth. So, but like the Israelites are his chosen people. So he created the whole earth, but he only likes this group of people. And everybody else can go to hell. And like
literally
the rest of the place, all like the rest of the whole
Sheol at this time, but sure.
Yeah, the rest of the whole earth too.
Yeah, this is you've yet again, Emily, you've stumbled onto a big theological question that both doctorate dissertations are written about and 5-year-old children ask about in Sunday school. And
well, I'm that 5-year-old child today. Here we are.
Yeah, it is a question. How do we rectify the idea of a loving, compassionate God who would create a bunch of people and really only actually like 1% of them and hate the rest?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the weird contradictions of like, wait, are there multiple gods? Were there? Are there?
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing, which just brings me back to when I was reading that Children of Baal book.
Mm-hmm.
That, in that book, which is fictional, talking about that, that Yahweh was just one of the Canaanite gods first, but then kind of had this plan to sort of usurp power from the others, and then has managed to now convince the whole world that he's the only God.
Okay.
So that he has more power than the others. So there's so many good conspiracy theories that one could have about all of this.
So, also, like, the Israelites are the chosen people, but eventually, like, a bunch of people became Christians. So does he like those people now too?
Well, so then again, now we're kind of hopping into different belief systems, right?
Oh,
because that's the Christian belief system is maybe different from the Jewish belief system, where again, Jewish belief system is more about, we're God's chosen people. We're the chosen people.
Mm-hmm.
Christian belief system is if you accept Christ specifically, then you're going to go to heaven.
Just Christ.
And
mm-hmm.
everything's good. And so
and
the whole
then
point
there's also Muslim variations on that.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There's various sects of Christianity over time that have changed their beliefs about who is or is not saved. Like there's just a huge variety of modern day beliefs about this stuff that these questions come up in all of those though, of like, well, then how does this relate to the rest of it?
I have a Netflix recommendation for folks. If it's still on Netflix, I'm not sure. But there's a great film that Jason and I watched a few years back starring, our good old boy whose name is so hard to pronounce, Chiwetel Ejiofor. Chiwetel. I've watched some interviews where he's taught his pronunciation of his name.
He was in 12 Years a Slave.
Yes, yeah. Amazing actor, but he stars in this film that's based on a true story called Come Sunday is the name of the film. But
Come
it's about
Sunday.
But it's about a pastor who is very, very prolific pastor in like the 80s and 90s, was like, one of the official pastors or like religious advisors to like President Bush and like Clinton and like several. But he kind of came to this conclusion of, based on his interpretation of the Bible, of like, oh no, Jesus Christ's sacrifice covers everybody. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to accept Jesus Christ. Like everybody's going to heaven was basically the argument that he made. And people did not like that, as you can imagine. Did not, but would highly recommend watching the film because it's very interesting discourse on these things.
Goodness. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
Boy, yeah. But anyway, yeah, Emily, I love it. I feel like every week.
Not every, but sometimes. Yeah.
That you ask those sorts of questions. Yeah, you're like getting ready. You're coming up with ideas for your thesis that you're going to write when we all go to seminary school.
Yale Divinity School.
Right, Yale Divinity School. I forgot.
Do we have time for that with like, all the other crap we're doing?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Just with the unlimited time in life that we have.
We are all overachievers. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah,
but...
I know, but be that as it may.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Just then we can actually start a church, right? So it's going to be great. Don't even. Emily's face.
One of us goes to Yale Divinity School at least, and then at least one of us goes to like restaurant manager's school so that we can open a church.
Open the Archipelago Sandwich Pub.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That'll be easier than the Yale Divinity School, but who knows? Okay.
I would say, I would love some statistics on like, quote, success rates of people in training to be pastors, versus restaurants. Because restaurants, not great.
No, I know.
Not a great industry to get into.
But church is also not great. Starting a new church also.
That's true.
Also hard.
High turnover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
I'd be interested to compare the two.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess the question is, if we combine the two into one business, does that make the odds better or does it exponentially worse?
You have to go through the Archipelago Sandwich Pub in order to get to the church.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the restaurant.
It's like exit through the gift shop, exit through the Archipelago.
Or is it like it's a restaurant/bar, but also a speakeasy where you go into the room in the back where the Bible study is happening?
Oh, that's fun. That's
fun, right?
I like that.
And then you also have to drink or like, have a nice time.
You get to drink. You don't have to drink, but you get to drink during it.
If you want. Yeah.
We have bartenders at Bible study.
I was thinking, Bible study without drunk is just Bible study.
I think it's about your heart, right? Because there have been many episodes of the show where one of us is not feeling it, so we don't drink or choose to take care of ourselves. Jason's losing it. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining a bumper sticker for your car that says "Drunk
DBS,
Bible Study without drunk is just Bible
study." It's true. There's another one. There's another glass that you can make.
Okay, I'll make a note of it.
And it's just a picture of me going like.
So the point that I was trying to make is that it's really about where your heart's at, because even our friends who are sober, our friends who don't consume alcohol, they're still welcome at Bible study. It's just, are you drunk in your heart? You don't have to be drunk in your body. You just got to be drunk in heart and spirit.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good motto for this show, I think. That's another good one, is that you just have to be drunk in your heart.
DBS, drunk in your heart and spirit. Thank you all for joining us for Bible Study today. If you want to join the audience in our live stream shows, follow us on Twitch at Drunk Bible Study or go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including early releases, cocktail recipes, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group, Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jason Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad. He's